Hey yo, what's good? This is the Band King, King Kymari, and you're listening to 3 Count Podcast. You want to talk wrestling with some real cool guys? Give them an ear. Check them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Chaz Evans, and you are listening to the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. And let me introduce you to my faction. And introducing first, he is my tag team partner. He's the man that runs this show. He's the man that also gets the people to talk to us. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Cliff Red Dog Miller.
All right, new catchphrase. Yeah, that's it. That's my catchphrase.
Some new faces today.
Exactly. I see. You may see. Glad you
Peep.
picked up on that. And introducing second, he is the 85-time national, world, intercontinental. He slapped your mama 'cause he called you ugly. World heavyweight Negro spiritual singing. Oh my God! It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the national heavyweight black man champion, Chris Idol.
I think that's my favorite one by far. Always happy to be here.
And introducing last, he is my little brother. The only reason he's on this show is because he's my little brother. He doesn't watch any wrestling. He only watches What Culture and Wrestle Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is JJ.
I like to thank the sidewalks for keeping me off the street. Very dangerous times around here. You know, Idol was just in a battle with coronavirus. Glad that he's still here. Glad that he's still kicking. Make sure everybody wash your hands because you know people are some dirty bastards.
And ladies and gentlemen, our guest here on Now Entering the Ring, we got the man, we got the myth, we got the legend, we got Kindred in the hot seat. What the hell is up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing much, man. I'm glad you're on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get right down to business. We're gonna get into the mind of Kindred. So I'm gonna start off first. I ask this to everyone that comes on the 3 Count, and everyone has a different story. So I want to know, how did you get into wrestling?
Well, I wanted to do it since I was a kid, and I just knew I could do it. I kind of felt it, you know what I'm saying? And later on, I got hooked up with this guy. He was like, "Hey, I got this school, man. We can go check out the school together." I was like, "Cool, man. I can check it out." So we went down there. You know, I aced it pretty much. But I didn't go back till later on because that guy was an idiot. So I kind of stopped hanging out with him. So I went and did it myself eventually, and then that's pretty much how I got started.
Oh, okay. So I guess my next question is, what was one of the challenges that you faced when you were training to become a professional wrestler?
I guess just actually getting to know people. You know, I honestly didn't. I'm not a really big people's person. I hate people, but you know, I wanted to do it for myself. It's more of a testament to myself to actually prove to myself that I can do it. So when I went there and I did, because my support bracket has never been like super big like most people's are. So it was just me. So, and in my mindset, it was always me. So I take care of myself. So if somebody don't want to do something, I'll do it myself. You know what I mean? So I've always been that way. And I always going to be that way. So.
And I got my final question is, what was one of your favorite opponents? Well, I understand not what, but who?
Oh, wow. And it's a couple of them. I can't really narrow them down to one. I would say Keikoa. He's a really good guy that I worked. If I had to pick one, I say my favorite bar fun had to be Drawlix. I think that was a good fun time for us then. We never really got the chance to really kick it up like we wanted to. Powers of be and all that. But but yeah, that was probably one of the best ones because we was in the tag team for like 2.5 years with the Harbor City Hit Squad or Jamaican Hit Squad, whatever you want to call it. And then after that, I kind of felt like I was kind of like fading off from him anyway because the styles were different and the character was way different. And he's more of the street guy. I'm more of the extraordinary guy. So you put it to, we worked well together because like we had good chemistry, man, and we wanted it a little. I think we kind of wanted it. Everybody else did, and we kind of just kept doing it like that. And plus, when we had that little match with Paul Bear there, that was cool. We were really nervous. I think that was the first time I really got really nervous when Paul Bear was there because we wrestled like so many names when we first started, like probably like our first year at MCW, and they had hit me, was like, hey, we got Paul Bear coming. We got this idea. I'm like, I ain't got no Paul Bear coming. Ain't fucking with me. And he's like, no, man, we got Paul Bear, bro. He coming, did the whole funeral Paul thing. We got. I said, all right, cool, man. So the whole day, it was like, hey, man, you ready yet? You ready? I was like, dude, it's cool. It's Paul Bear, whatever, man. And then when Paul got there, then we got nervous. We was like, oh, shit, he's actually here. So during the match, we was really trying to really impress Paul. Because when y'all there with Paul Bear, you gotta impress Paul Bear. It's Paul Bear, And for me, it was a good thing for me. It was kind of like a childhood thing. Always wanted to like be able to interact with Paul or the Undertaker. And if the Undertaker want to wrestle me now, I'll be down for it. So but after the match was pretty cool because I was kind of thinking, I said, well, I could do the whole Undertaker thing to him, whatever. And I said, hopefully he does it back. So when I did it, he did it back. I was like, great. That was like a childhood thing for me right there. So when I got that done, I would kind of scratch off the bucket list. Now I just gotta get a match with Taker. I'll be good.
So my question for you though is, through your like journey, right? What's been the hardest part about being a wrestler?
I would say the shit in the back. You know what I mean? Like wrestling is fine. I like going out there and doing my thing, whatever. But like just the stuff in the back, that gets you like make you want to slap somebody in the back. But other than that, I mean, it's the only thing is you got to really wrestling tries you. You know what I'm saying? It seems like if you really want to be there or not. You know what I mean? Because this shit is very demanding. But at the same time, like if you do it well, it'll work out for you to your favor. But a lot of guys come in and they think they're gonna be this big star up the top, and it's not always like that. You know what I mean? You gotta have at least something they can be like, oh yeah, that's great. We never seen that before. And the problem with wrestling now is that there's no stories, there's no psychology, there's nothing that's going to actually draw you into the people anymore. It's just, hey, wrestle this guy and go out there and do that. Cool, whatever. I think on the indie scene, they just need more. They need more characters, honestly, and they need more stories. You know what I mean? Because honestly, you guys would come in and pay a ticket for a show. You'll get probably about 7, 8 matches or whatever like that, but there ain't no really big stories. You know what I mean? Like you want to be like, oh man, that vampire guy, awesome. I'll come back to see that guy because he drew you in with the character and with the story. But now it's just I'll do a couple flips, you know what I mean, and I'll dive outside and break my neck, and I'll go viral. It's stupid.
Yeah, I got you. I understand that. So I guess give me a second as my stuff keeps messing up. So like aside from like that kind of being tough, and I know you said that you're not a real people's person, like what's been your best interaction though with fans?
I could say like how well they got to the character. I think when I first started doing the character, I didn't know really how far I was going to go. I was thinking about changing it a couple times, like, I ain't gonna work because number one, I'm a black guy. So doing a vampire thing, it may not get over as I wanted to. But as more as I kept doing it, people just started gravitating to the gimmick, so to speak. And I was like, well, maybe I got something here. And then like 10 years down the road, here I am.
And then, like, what's the future look like for Kindred?
I'm going for the big stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do whatever it is on the indies. That's cool. I like doing it because actually, the workers are cool. Like I said, it's just the people you got to deal in the back and all that other shit. You know, that's where the bullshit come from. But yeah, I would say the fans. I mean, I had somebody make like a sign for me or whatever. First time I seen it, I was like, wow, they actually made a sign for me. It's cool. But I think the real cool part was I was going out to take pictures and doing an intermission, whatever. And guy came to me was like, "Hey man, my daughter want to take a picture with you." I told her she couldn't come to the show unless she passed this test in that class, whatever. I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll go meet her, whatever." So referee D Edwards, who's in WWE now, he was like, "Oh man, you gotta come, blah blah blah." So I went down there and checked her out. This woman, you would think I was like John Cena or something, bro. I never seen no crap like that ever before in my life. Like this girl was like shaking and crying at the same time and just happy. I'm like, dude, I've never had anybody be that happy to see me besides my kid. But other than that, like it was cool for me because I never got that reaction from somebody. But it made me feel like my work wasn't totally in vain at that point. So I figured, oh yeah, man, maybe I got something here, you know.
That's pretty awesome. So I want to know, what's the hardest you've ever been hit inside of a wrestling ring?
Oh man, I took a bunch of those. I would say the kendo sticks, man. Like the cheers, whatever. But those kendo sticks, man, there's no way possible you can prepare for that swing, bro. You just gotta like, fuck it, it's coming, fuck it. You know what I mean? And cause some guys they will light you up with that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Then you got the guys that will hit you. They're trying to like protect you and all that other shit. But I'm like, if I'm in there and like adrenaline's on 1,000, take a fucking swing, bro. You know what I mean? I know if you're doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? And if I get that, yeah, you best believe when I get that stick in my hand, it's gonna be a problem. You ain't gonna whip my ass. I'm sorry, ain't happening.
I got you. So what would you say is the biggest regret that you have with your career thus far?
I don't really have a regret with my career. I kind of learn it as I go because in wrestling, you never stop learning. Like you learn what you do wrong, what you do right, how do people react to you, and you go out there and try different things. Like on the indie scene is the best way to pretty much try whatever idea that you got out right now before you go to TV with something solid, you know. And I don't have really big regrets. The only thing I'd say is that I could have been a little more driven than what I was about 2 years ago, but I had some other shit happen up, but it kind of took me off my focus for a little bit. But right now, actually, I'm prepping to go to Ring of Honor, so and do some stuff there because honestly, like I love the indies, I do, but it's time for the character to get like out there on like somebody's TV screen now, you know. So that's the avenue I'm shifting the character to.
Okay. You can take it away, JJ.
Alrighty. So I want to kind of pick your brain a little bit. What made you come up with the name Kindred for your character? Like the psychological, like why'd you come up with the name Kindred?
Well, I like anybody know me, I like different types of music. So I was going through a couple bands. I wrote one of this band called Kindred. It's like a Jamaican reggae punk metal band. Really
Mhm.
good. If you guys check them out, they're really good. Um, and I took the S off of it. I said, you know what? Let me see what that word means. And I looked up the word kindred, and it actually means a wandering spirit, a spirit of any type of wandering source or whatever. So I was like, well, I can piggyback off of that. And then I watched True Blood, and I said, you know what? If I was to be a vampire, that would be the vampire that I would be because they look more like you and I. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me all these types of gimmicks and everything. They didn't come across with their freaking hands on their face like, oh, like this and shit. No, they were just regular people. You would never know they were vampires until submasculated. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? That gave me an idea. So I put like two and two together, and there you go.
Um, segue to my next question. What is the biggest advice or the best advice that you can give to up and coming wrestlers?
Keep learning. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. And don't be afraid to ask people questions because in this business, that's what we're here for. We ask people questions and we get better, so we get to perform in front of you guys better. So, if nobody is telling us what we're doing wrong, we're gonna keep going out there doing wrong shit. So, like, we gotta go and it's like back then we had about I'll say about a good 8 years ago. Like you would do a match, and then there always be somebody behind the curtain waiting for you to come back to tell you whether you did wrong, or you did good, or something that you could do better. Blah blah blah. Just that now, a lot of guys got egos. So like you'd be like, "Oh man, I didn't like how you did that," and they'd be like, "Oh man, you hating on me?" It ain't because you hating. We see things, so if we see it, the Lord knows what the crowd sees out there. You know what I'm saying? So, and the whole thing is, you don't want to make a mistake, but if you do, just learn from it. You know what I mean? That's that people get like broken hearted when they have a bad match and be like, oh man, that match was bad and this and the third. But like sometimes you're gonna have a bad match, bro. Like I've been doing this for 10 years. Like there's a couple matches I was like, oh, that's the shits. You know what I mean? But that's just the thing that happens. It comes with the business. But if I would say, network as much as possible. You know what I mean? Because you never know who somebody know, and then they can get you somewhere you trying to go or whatever like that. But yeah, never stop learning, man. I think Ric Flair said it better. He said, once you at a state in wrestling where you feel like you learned everything, go and retire. You know what I mean? Because this business, you keep learning everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I still learn today, like how to talk on front of promo cameras, what to say, what not to say, how to make the story really impactful. People draw you all in. Reason why people like what I do is because not to like toot my own horn, but when I'm out there, I give you a show. You know what I'm saying? Not just, oh, you go in there, it's just me wrestling and you're watching me. No, I'm gonna give you a show. You know what I mean? Everything I said on the camera is what I'm gonna say out there. And I'm gonna make it like, known that, hey, my words what I mean. You know what I mean? So it's just the reactions you get. You just basically, I would say, learn as much as possible. That's the biggest, piece of advice I can give people.
All right, and my last question for you: what was your favorite place or fed to work for or work at?
So far, besides big time wrestling, that their shows are amazing. I don't know how the world they keep drawing over 2,000 people. It's crazy, but that show, it's a place in Vegas that I like. I actually went there to do Impact tryout down there. I think it was called FSW. It's a place in Vegas, but that's really good, man. Like one thing I like about that place was that everybody was really like real supportive of each other. You know what I mean? They had like an okay match or something screwed up there, but they was always saying like, "Hey man, blah blah blah, do this A, B, and C." Wasn't really anybody saying, "Oh, your shit sucked," or "This is bad," and this and the third. Now we had like Jimmy Jacobs and D'Lo Brown there, so like a couple guys a little nervous, but me, man, I don't worry about them motherfuckers, bro. I go out there and do my thing. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you like me, you like me. You don't, oh well.
Well, alrighty then. Now, let's get on to everyone's favorite round. So we're gonna do a rapid fire question round. All right. So I'm gonna ask you some random questions, and first answer that comes to mind.
All right.
All right, here comes the imaginary timer. The imaginary one. Ding! All right, there's the timer. We heard that, right? You heard that?
I got it. I heard
All right, cool. Imaginary timer. All right, here we go. Ready. Favorite movie?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Best match you've ever seen?
Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat.
Favorite color?
Red.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Biggie or Tupac?
Tupac.
Favorite cuss word?
Shit.
Last time you laughed out loud?
Just now.
SmackDown or Raw?
I like SmackDown just because Sasha Banks on it.
Thank you.
Oh my.
Thank you. Thank you.
No lie, man. I went to do my trial at WWE, and then I met Sasha Banks. Now they knew I got a little crush on Sasha Banks. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, was like, hey man, I'm gonna go get her. I said, no, don't get her, bro. And he went in there and got her. Now I'm in front of Sasha Banks, and the time, I know she's married, but like the time where I can talk to her, nothing comes out that I really want to say. But man, TV don't do it justice, bro. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Thank you. Facts.
Wow.
All right, two more questions.
Yeah.
Favorite food?
Oh man, chicken Alfredo.
Yeah, I can get with that. And last but not least, what pisses you off the most?
Stupidity, like known stupidity.
Alrighty then, boom. That's the rapid fire question round. All right, well, Kindred, I just want to give a big shout out and a big thank you, man. Thanks for coming on. Definitely appreciate it.
Anytime, man.
Yo, I just have to say, like, I appreciate that you came on the show. All right, this is where the fanboy thing's gonna come out. So I mentioned this before, and actually I told you about it, but it was that day that you showed up to one of our shows, and you just pretty much just put the challenge out there, like, hey, either you're gonna go pro or you're not. What are you gonna do?
Right.
And just that little umph made me go, you know what? Like, I really need to do this, and I'm really gonna do this. And then like I saw you at the ACW show, and the whole day, man, I was nervous because I was like, oh, that's Kindred. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna remember me or not. So like when I rolled up to you, like of all the questions I could have asked, the only stupid one that came out of my mouth was, do you remember me? And I was like, like you could have, I have no idea who you are. But no, low key, you looked me right in the face and you were like, yeah, man. You was like, I just talked to you with Josh. And I was like, yes.
I try to like remember like everybody that like interacts with me. Honestly, because like I can go anywhere with this, man. You know what I mean? And then those people could be the ones that's following me from here to over there. I got people that watched my show when I first started, and they're still watching me wrestle. That's fucking crazy. But I try to remember all my fans too. Like I'm the kind of guy, like if I'm out at a show and the show is over at a bar, like yeah, you can come over and have a drink with me, man. I do not care, bro. Like I know people like, oh man, the kayfabe, that shit been dead, bro. Like come over, smoke something, drink something. I don't care, bro. Half the time I might even try to offer, hey, you want something, bro? I got you. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I don't care, man. Because without you guys, there's nothing we can do. You know what I mean? Like you see it now, how wrestling is now. That will be exactly how it would be if we had nobody coming to this shit. So like, you guys are a really big part of what we do. So like I tell people, man, they're like, oh man, why are you this and third? I said, dude, talk me up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I can only do but so much being one guy on my side. But like, you guys have a lot of power by you being fans. You pay the money. So like, if anything, they're gonna listen to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way you like boost up Brian Cage or Pentagon Jr., which so I met those guys, really good guys too. And the same way you guys talk about them, talk about your favorite indie guys. You know what I mean? Because we're the ones that's out there like really hustling for this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're on TV now, so they got like people helping them do everything. You know what I mean? We're the ones that's like the hustlers on the trenches. You know what I mean? We're the ones trying to go out there, scrap, spending like hours a day of our time driving on the road, getting to the shows, trying not to get hurt. So we can go do it again. The next show, whatever, like that. But yeah, man, like my YouTube, you can look that up. It's Kindred New Age Dracula. All my stuff, I need subscribers. So all my stuff is free for the public to share. I don't charge somebody for sharing my shit. I think that's ridiculous. But yeah, like I try to remember every person that I get in contact with or be at a show with, because there are people that come to me like Cliff says, like it's people come to me, hey man, you remember me, man, blah blah blah. Hey, that's your first match I saw, blah blah blah. And to me, it's like, wow, you've been watching me that long? Cool, especially being in my demographic. We have a lot harder avenues to hit by being the people that we are. As you see now, wrestling doesn't have a lot of big black major stars right now. So we're all scattered all over the place. My thing is I'm trying to be a major guy. You know what I mean? Forever, like how long I could do this for, Lord willing. Just try to be a really, really impact to the double demographics. So don't get that type of light where you don't see the average black wrestler just dancing around, smiling, like having a good time. Like, dude, if I get in there, it's gonna be all business. You know what I mean? I'll have my little fun, but it's gonna be all business. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna go into a company or a promotion not trying to be a top guy. Period. You know what I mean? So if my story can help somebody else, and they can say, well, if he did that, then I can do that too. Like, yeah, that's the whole thing behind Kindred. It's more so of like, if I could take something that's clearly out the norm and make something into it so where it can motivate somebody else to do something probably even better than I did, sweet. You know what I mean? Because once we're old and shit, this is the stuff we're gonna look back into looking like, man, yeah, that was cool time. But then it's pretty much how you make it too. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Well, just want to say thanks again, man. Thanks for being on. Definitely appreciate it. Also drop your social handle so everyone can follow you and subscribe. So drop those for the fans.
On Facebook and Twitter is the same thing, Kindred Kymari. My Instagram is Kindred Kymari BK. But if you put in Kindred Kymari, I'll pop up anyway. YouTube is Kindred New Age Dracula, whatever. Like I said, I got all my pretty much up to date with my matches on there. I still gotta clean it out here and there because a lot of old stuff on there I don't want on there. But yeah, give me a subscribe, man. Because like I said, you can subscribe, comment. Actually, I try to get people to comment on the videos or the matches, whatever like that, so I can get people's opinions too. You know what I mean? I'm not like one of them little anal guys be like, oh man, you can't comment on my shit. Like, nah, bro, please do. I every piece of comment, criticism, whatever like that is very welcome because I look at everything. So
Definitely. Well, time for me to sign off. I'm getting the red light here from Cliff. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chaz Evans here with the Red Dog Cliff Miller, with Chris Idol, with JJ, and with Kindred, telling you that we will catch you guys on the flip side. Stay easy, be breezy, stay awesome and smawsome, and don't forget to flossum. And I am rambling. So, catch you guys on the
Red Dog Miller here with a 3 count. If you liked it, go on your favorite social media platforms, talk about it. Tell your friends about us, and then go on your favorite streaming service and like us there, subscribe, give us a 5-star review, please.